And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Boulder Creek High School in Anthem. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro Sabercats varsity baseball, and the Sabercats continue in the Scottsdale Quarterback Club tournament, and this is the placement game as they are on the road to take on the Boulder Creek Jaguars. Austin Anderson leads off for Saguaro, and he's up there now with a count of 1-1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, that's outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count on Austin Anderson. The Sabercats coming at 3-2 on the season. And now the 2-1 pitch. That's off the outside corner, and it's 3-1. Anderson leads off and starts in left field today for the Sabercats. Zach Gibbons bats second. He's the center fielder. Chris Ackman is third. He'll DH. And Brandon Demarest hits fourth and catches. Pitch fouled off on the third base side, and the count's 3-2. Kyle Young is the number 5 hitter for Saguaro. He's the right fielder. Matt Morris hits sixth and plays shortstop. Andrew Valdez at third base bats seventh. Michael Benson will play first and bat eighth. And Ben Tingley, the second baseman, bats ninth for Saguaro. The 3-2 pitch. That's hit on the ground to the right side, and that's through and into right field. A leadoff base hit. And so that's how the ball game begins for the Sabercats. A leadoff single. And the batter will be Zach Gibbons. Tony Blanford leads off, or is the starting pitcher rather, for Boulder Creek. Throw to first base, and Anderson dives back. Saguaro coming off a 7-3 win over Sunny Slope. Game on Wednesday. And the pitch to Gibbons is low for ball one. Leadoff hitter aboard at first base with nobody out in the top of the first inning. Another throw to first, and again Anderson's back. And the next one on the way, and Gibbons takes low again for a ball. Blanford looking in, now the set, and the 2-0 pitch. That's low for a ball, 3-0. So Tony Blanford, the starting pitcher for Boulder Creek. David Ariel is the catcher. Cody Jones plays first. Cameron Brender's at second base. Alex Rial is at third, and Tanner Zant is the shortstop, as that one is inside and hits Gibbons. So on the 3-0 pitch, Zach hit by the pitch, and that'll put runners at first and second with nobody out for Chris Ackman. In the outfield for Boulder Creek, Andrew Parrott's the left fielder. Johnny Pauling is the center fielder, and Garrett Grant plays right field. So scoring opportunity for the Sabercats at the top of the first with the first two aboard. Sabercats with a couple of wins this week after the loss on Saturday to Desert Ridge. I mentioned the win on Wednesday against Sunny Slope, also a win on Monday against Mesquite, and that gave the Wildcats their first loss of the season. Pitch to Ackman is low for a ball. Now Blanford has put the first two aboard and has really slowed things down here as that pitch misses outside and it's off the glove of the catcher, Real, and that'll move the runners up. I think that's a passed ball. I mean, it was wide of the strike zone, but it looked as though Real, the catcher, had a chance to get a glove on it and couldn't come up with it. Now two in scoring position for Chris Ackman. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. It's Brander over to get it and on to first base in time, but the run is in. It's an RBI ground out as Chris Ackman is out 4-3, but Austin Anderson scores on the plate. Gibbons goes to third base, and it brings up Brandon Demarest. Blanford taking a bunch of time here now, sets. And the first one to Demarest is outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And a breaking ball, and that comes back and catches the inside corner, and it's 1-1. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for the SaberCats in the top of the first. Trying to win their crossover game. And Demarest with a swing and a foul tip. Foul ball, actually, and the count's 1-2. Blanford sets. The pitch is a fastball, and it's outside. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is a foul ball wide of the third base bag. So still 2-2 on Demarest with Gibbons at third and 1 out. A run in for the SaberCats in the first. Blanford looking in. He'll look at the runner. Gibbons at third base. The 2-2. And Demarest hits this one down the right field line, but it's foul. Two and two on Demarest. Kyle Young next for the SaberCats. And the pitch just a bit inside. 3-2. Blanford ready to go again. Here's the set, the 3-2 pitch on the way. And it's a breaking ball, and it's swung on and missed. And that's out number 2.
Coming to the plate, number 11, the right fielder, Kyle Young.
Sabercats trying to get that runner in from third base as Kyle Young will take a turn for Saguaro. And the breaking ball misses for ball one.
Nice pitch, Tone.
Yeah, the 1-0 pitch to Young is low, a fastball, and it's 2-0. Again, we'll see if Blanford settles in here at some point, but it's a ton of time between every pitch here. This set again, the 2-0 pitch. And Young with a fly ball, that's out to right field, but Grant going back, and he'll get under it to make the catch, and the side is retired. Saguaro gets a run on one hit, and they lead one after a half. It's 1-0 Saguaro. Bottom of the first inning, and it's Johnny Pauling starting it off for the Boulder Creek Jaguars. And he will face Saguaro starter Kane McCaslin. McCaslin threw an inning on Monday as the first pitch misses for a ball. Next one, this is 2 balls and no strikes. So Pauling starts it off for the Jaguars. Tony Blanford is second. Alex Real bats third. The 2-0 pitch. And on the swing, Pauling goes around, and it's 2-1. Cody Jones, the first baseman, bats fourth. David Real, the catcher, is fifth. The DH today is Riley Joyce, and he bats sixth. Foul out of play on the first base side. Tanner Zand, the shortstop, is seventh for the Jaguars. Cameron Brendel bats eighth, and Andrew Parrott is ninth for Boulder Creek. And the 2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball and a fly ball out to right field. Young into foul territory on the run, makes the catch. Kyle Young tracks that down. And that's the first out on the foul out here in the first inning. And here comes Tony Blanford. And the first pitch to Blanford is high for ball one. 1-0 Sabercats in the bottom of the first inning. And a line drive, or I guess kind of more of a ground ball, but a base hit up the middle. As that one gets to center field, Blanford aboard at first base.
Baseman number 4, Alex Real.
Batter is Alex Real. Sabercats defensively, Austin Anderson in left, Zach Evans in center, Kyle Young in right. Andrew Valdez plays third base, Matt Morris is the shortstop. Ben Tingley the second baseman, Michael Benson the first baseman. And Brandon Demarest catching for Kane McCaslin. First one to Real, a fastball high for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And a pop up on the right side. Tingley back of the outfield grass, and Ben's got it for the second out.
And the out is taken by the second baseman. Coming to the plate for the Jaguars, first baseman number 3, Cody Jones.
Don't leave him out there, Cody.
Yeah, I see him. He's still up against the fence.
Cody Jones, the first baseman, to the plate for the Jaguars. First pitch looked pretty good. A little bit low perhaps, and it's ball one. 1-0 Sabercats. Jaguars batting in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch. The runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw to second base is not in time, and Blanford steals the bag.
Blanford steals second base.
The 2-0 pitch. It's a little bit low. 3 balls and no strikes. And McCaslin fires one over for a strike, and it's 3-1. One is the count on Cody Jones, the first baseman. And another pitch catches the corner, and it's 3-2. Look back to second, the 3-2 pitch, and McCaslin loses him as the pitch is low, and it's ball 4.
We've got runners at first and second for the Jags. Coming to the plate.
2 aboard with 2 outs, and the batter is David Real, the catcher.
David Real.
Come on, move him around.
Sabercats lead 1-0, an RBI ground out from Chris Ackman, as Brandon Demers is out to talk to his pitcher, Kane McCaslin. McCaslin with the first one on the inside corner for a strike. That looked like a balk there as McCaslin started and stopped. And the next pitch is high. And it's 1-1. Set the 1-1 pitch. And a ball driven out to right field. It drops in front of Young. And the runner comes in as Blanford scores. It's an RBI single for David Real, and Boulder Creek has tied the game in the bottom of the first inning.
Number 16, Riley Joyce.
Now Jones at second, David Real at first, and the batter is Riley Joyce.
Courtesy runner.
Joyce, the DH, batting for the right fielder Garrett Grant. And the first one to Joyce is over for a strike.
Yeah, really do. Seeing all the people here. I told Marshall that I wanted to come up and see some of the games this year.
Next pitch is low, and it's 1-1.
We try to make about 7, 8, 9 games a year. Yeah. I was telling her I wanted to move out of town. I said my only requirement was I wanted to have a AAA or AA team.
Next one fouled out of play.
The cost is a lot more. You know, what's the matter? Still out there? Huh? Okay.
Yeah, the next one misses outside.
Okay.
2 on and 2 outs, a run in for the Jaguars as they have tied the game at 1.
Oh, that is Sam. Oh, it's
Good eye, good eye.
Another one missed there, and it's 3-1. And McCaslin's 3-1. That one's hit pretty well, and that's going to get down just in front of Young. Here comes a throw to the plate. It's not in time. And an RBI single.
Yeah, it was. It was online. If it was a little lower, it would have been a play.
So Jones scores. The courtesy runner for Real goes from first to third, and then Joyce aboard at first base. So back-to-back 2-out RBI singles for the Jaguars. Boulder Creek leads 2-1 in the bottom of the first inning, and the batter is Tanner Zant. First pitch to Zant is high for a ball. Kane McCaslin retired 2 of the first 3 hitters he's faced, but now 3 straight have reached a walk and 2 RBI singles. Fake to third, look to first, nothing happening there. Hit back and a bare hand catch by Kane McCaslin. How about that highlight play to end the first inning for the Jaguars? They get a couple of runs, and after one, lead 2-1. Matt Morris starts it off in the second inning for the Sabercats. Oh, that fastball behind him. Morris, Valdez, and Benson for the Sabercats in the second, trailing 2-1. The 1-0 pitch. That's low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0. Off the handle of the bat, popped up, and it'll be Brendel, the second baseman. And he's got it for the first out.
By the second baseman. Up to the plate for the Sabercats, the third baseman, number 7, Andrew Valdez.
Now here's Andrew Valdez, the third baseman for the Sabercats. And a check swing and a line drive over on the first base side. Blanford to the line of the 1-strike pitch. That's up and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. A ball out to left field, and that's down in front of the left fielder, Andrew Parrott. And Valdez stops at first base to lead off and make it a 1-out single, I beg your pardon, here in the second inning.
Number 10, first baseman, Michael Benson.
Michael Benson bats for the Sabercats, 1 on and 1 out, top of the second inning, and Saguaro trailing 2-1. Pitch to Benson, low for a ball. The 1-0. That's inside and moves Benson back off the plate, and it's 2-0. The set and the 2-0 pitch. At the knees, a called strike, and it's 2-1. Valdez at first base with one out in the second inning.
Oh, really? Really? On the Reds? Yep.
The ground ball, third base side, but foul.
Yeah. Aren't they still in the corner or not?
And the count's 2-2. Sabercats finish up the week on the road here at Boulder Creek, and then we'll be off until Thursday when Saguaro goes down to Santan Valley. They'll take on Post and Butte as they open up region play. And then a week from today on the road, the biggest, longest road trip of the year, as the Sabercats will be in Page. Throw to first base, and boy, that was close over there. And the first baseman, Cody Jones, comes off the bag. He thought for sure that they got him. Valdez is safe over there at first base. 2-2 the count on Benson. And the pitch. Man, that's a swing and a miss. Ball got in on the hands a little bit there, and it kind of looked like it handcuffed Benson. And that's the second out of the inning.
Coming to the plate for the
Batter is
Sabercats.
Ben Tingley.
Number 1, second baseman, Ben Tingley.
On Reds.
Turn and a throw to first. Valdez back. Tingley going after the first one, fouls it out of play on the first base side. Blanford taking his time again. Well, he's really one of those guys, and you know, you expect a little bit of a slowdown with runners on base. You got to pay extra attention, but it's interesting to see, and it's the feel of the game that things really just a lot slower once he gets a guy on, as the breaking ball is low and outside, and it's 1-1. Two outs and a runner at first base. Sabercats down 2-1, batting in the second. The 1-1 pitch. That's inside. That's going to bounce. Tingley's going to take off for second base, and he'll get there. Real, the catcher, blocked the ball, but it moved away from him toward the third base side, and it was far enough away, and a good read there for Valdez to get himself to second base. So many times you'll see a hitter or a base runner rather at first base not think about going unless the ball goes all the way to the backstop. Now the set and the 2-1 pitch. That's at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2, but you can a lot of times get, especially the second base, because of the longer throw, if you can get what they call a down angle read. You see that ball, the angle of the pitch from the pitcher, and if you can tell for sure that it's going to bounce before it gets to the catcher, then you got a pretty good chance to get a better secondary lead and try to take off if it's not caught clean, as Tingley fouls that one out of play, first base side. Saguaro gets a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the second. Blanford sets, and the 2-2. That's outside. That's off the glove of the catcher. That'll be a wild pitch to move the runner to third base.
And the runner advances to third base.
One more, let's go.
3 balls and 2 strikes down to Tingley as Valdez goes to third. 2 outs in the inning with the Sabercats down a run. The set and the 3-2. And a ground ball to the shortstop. Zant with the throw to first base in time, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a runner left at third base, and after an inning and a half, Saguaro trails Boulder Creek by a score of 2-1. Cameron Brendel, the second baseman, starts things off for the Jaguars. Going after the first pitch and hits a fly ball out to center field. Gibbons over to his left a couple of steps, and Zach there to pick it up. 1 pitch and 1 out in the second inning.
Coming to the plate, number 0, left fielder, Andrew Parrott.
Brings up Andrew Parrott, the left fielder. And the first one of Parrott is low for ball 1. And that's a hard shot over there, picked up by Valdez. The throw, though, is low, and Benson can't pick it out.
Coming to the plate for the Jags, center fielder, Johnny Pauling.
And Johnny Pauling as we move back to the top of the Jaguar order. That'll go as an E5, and you know, it's kind of played into an error because if Valdez doesn't pick up the ground ball cleanly or the line drive, I guess, kind of depending on where he caught that ball, but if he doesn't get it clean, it's probably a base hit as you get a swing and a miss there, and that ball off the glove of Brandon Demarest, and the runner will go to second base on the pass ball. But if Valdez doesn't pick it up clean over there at third base, that's probably a base hit because it was such a hard-hit ball. But once he picks it up, you could tell that he had time to make the throw over there. If that throw had been good, they would have had the runner by more than a couple of steps. As the next one is outside, and it's 1-1, and so you give him a lot of credit for picking up the ball over there, the ground ball. But then you got to rule the throw as a separate part of the play, and that makes it an E5. Next pitch inside, and it's 2-1. 2-1, Boulder Creek. Jaguars batting in the bottom of the second inning from Boulder Creek High School and Anthem. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. The 2-1. And that's over for a strike, and it's 2-2.
So if they're going to do it, you want to make sure that the company's going to do it really nice. You know what I mean? And it was just about fisticuffs. I mean, these people were mad.
2-2 on Johnny Pauling, who fouled out his first time up. And now time called. Parrott at second base after the passed ball, and he's there with 1 out in the inning. The next one outside, and it's 3-2. Pitch fouled out of play on the first base side. We stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The set from McCaslin, the 3-2 pitch to Pauling, and that's a line shot. That's out to left field for a base hit. Anderson up with it. The throw comes in, it's cut off, and now they got the runner hung up between first and second. The run is in to make it 3-1. And on the rundown, flip it ahead and to get the runner out at second base. I think he might have been out of the baseline anyway, but they get him on the tag out. So it goes as an RBI single for Pauling as Parrott scores to make it 3-1. And then Pauling out on the rundown. And 2 away for the pitcher, Tony Blanford. Tony with a base hit and a run scored his first time up. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. 3-1 Boulder Creek in the bottom of the second. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, and that ball hit well out to left center field, and that's going to get out just over the 360 sign. A solo home run for Tony Blanford. It's another 2-run inning for the Jaguars, and it's 4-1 Boulder Creek.
To the plate, third baseman, number 4, Alex Real.
Well, Sabercats digging themselves a bit of a hole here in the early going against Boulder Creek. And the first pitch, a fastball to Alex Real that misses for ball 1. Nice breaking ball. It's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. McCaslin winds the 1-1, and that's pulled foul, third base side, and it's 1-2. And a pop up, and this will be Matt Morris, the shortstop, back to the outfield grass, and he puts it away for the final out. But Boulder Creek adds another 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning, and after 2, they lead Saguaro by a score of 4-1. Austin Anderson at the plate and takes a pitch for a called strike. That looked as though that pitch was off the plate. Now the 0-1. That's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Top of the order for the Sabercats in the third, down 4-1. And the 0-2 pitch. And that's on the inside corner. Anderson not able to take the bat off the shoulder there. 3 straight called strikes. And there's 1 out for Zach Gibbons. And breaking ball from Blanford. Misses for ball 1. Zach hit by a pitch his first time up. The 1-0. Outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. And breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Ball hit down the first baseline into foul territory, deeper and into right field, but still foul. And it's 2-2. And Blanford's 2-2. Boy, that one just about got Gibbons. And the 3-2 pitch. Boy, that one almost got him. Up and in there for ball 4.
And Gibbons earns a walk.
So Zach aboard at first base with 1 out, and the batter is Chris Ackman. And Chris had an RBI ground out in the first inning that brought home Saguaro's only run to this point of the ball game. Sabercats trailing 4-1, batting in the top of the 3rd. And this is the crossover game in the bracket play as Blanford throws to first in the Scottsdale Quarterback Club tournament. We were kind of predicting that this was one of the places where Saguaro was going to end up. As the next pitch is inside. The first one, I should say, to Chris Ackman.
I'm never gonna let you put that down.
Boulder Creek also went 2-2 through their pool play. And a slow tapper to the first base side. Going to be a tough play there, but it's picked up by the first baseman, Jones. And he underhands to the pitcher, Blanford, covering, and that's the second out as Gibbons goes to second base. There's a runner at second with 2 away in the top of the 3rd, and the batter is Brandon Demarest. Blanford up there and ready to go as Demarest is in. Brandon struck out swinging his first time up. And the first pitch, a little movement on that. It's a called strike. Sabercats trying to scratch one across here in the 3rd inning, trailing 4-1. And the next pitch high, it's off the glove, and Gibbons will go to third base. I think that's another pass ball. And you wonder, I guess it's a possibility that Blanford crossed up David Real, the catcher. One and one on Demarest with Kyle Young next for the Sabercats. The 1-1. That's inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1. Demarest lays off. The pitch is low, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Demarest. And the pitch inside, and it's ball 4.
And the Sabercats have runners at first and third.
Demarest will come off, and a runner over there at first base.
John Nimitz is the courtesy runner. At the plate, number 11, right fielder Kyle Young.
Kyle Young in there, and Young is hit by a pitch. And unloads the bases. John Nimitz out to run for Demarest at now second base. But the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Shortstop, number 6, Matt Morris.
And Matt Morris, the shortstop at the plate. Real some words for his pitcher, Tony Blanford.
Come on, Tony. Hey, all right, fill it up. Regroup.
And the first one on the way, and that one hits Morris, and that's going to bring in a run.
And that brings in a run for the Sabercats.
Back-to-back hit batters, the third hit batter of the ball game for Blanford, and this one costs him a run as Gibbons scores. Demarest courtesy runner to third, Young at second, Morris at first, and now a chance with a base hit here. The Sabercats could pull even as they trail 4-2 in the top of the third inning. Andrew Valdez takes strike one. Well, you can see our shot, we're a little bit swung around, so we're not right behind home plate like we a lot of times will be. But that pitch looks as though the catcher, Real, is setting up outside and then reaches. I mean, he's setting up again like that. He reaches out across his body, which would lead you to believe that the pitch is even further outside. The ball and a strike to count on Valdez. Bases loaded with 2 outs. A run in for the Sabercats in the third as they trail 4-2. Busy place here at Boulder Creek High School today, as this was Little League Day for the local Little League. And a pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Here's Blanford ready, the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Valdez out on strike. Sabercats get a run. And after 2.5 innings, Saguaro trails Boulder Creek by a score of 4-2. As we go to work in the bottom of the third inning, the Sabercats will make a pitching change as Alan Madsen is on to pitch. And his first one to Cody Jones is outside for ball one. The next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. There's a pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-2. Pitch, a breaking ball, and that ends up on the feet of Jones. He's hit by the pitch, and he'll go to first base. Leadoff hitter aboard for the Jaguars in the bottom of the third inning. The batter is David Real. Madsen out of the stretch. First pitch is high and away for ball one. Kane McCaslin, the starter for the Sabercats, goes 2 innings, allows 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, and give up 1 base on ball. Step throw to first base, and a runner back standing. 4-2, Boulder Creek batting in the bottom of the third inning. Breaking ball ends up a little bit low, and it's 2-0. And again, I'm sure all of you remember the pool situation for Saguaro. They played Mesquite, Horizon, Desert Ridge, and Desert Mountain. On Boulder Creek's side, their pool, Gilbert, Mountain Point, Chaparral, and Highland. Step and a throw to first as the runner is back again. Gilbert and Mountain Point each went 3-1 in pool play. And Gilbert and Mesquite playing for the championship of the tournament today. Boulder Creek and Chaparral each 2-2. Highland went 0-4. And a fly ball to right field. Kyle Young is there. And that's one out in the bottom of the third inning. And the batter is Riley Joyce.
Number 16, the DH, Riley Joyce.
Manson steps off. 1 on and 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. Jaguars leading the Sabercats 4-2. Runner goes and the ball fouled out of play. And the one strike instead of step, and again a throw to first. I talked about it being Little League Day here. Things are wrapping up now, but it was a busy day at game time. All sorts of stuff going on out past left field on the, I guess it's a football, maybe a soccer practice field, but and booths and all that set up, and so very busy, very full parking lot, and a lot of people still on hand. And pitch foul to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Riley Joyce at the plate, the DH. He had an RBI single his first time up. It's 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Saguaro. 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Boulder Creek. And there's base hit number 6 as Riley Joyce sends an 0-2 pitch back up the middle and into center field. Jones stops at second, Joyce at first, and the batter is Tanner Zane. Alan Madsen's last work was on Monday. He threw 3 innings in the Sabercats win over Mesquite. And misses with that pitch for a ball. Madsen 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned with a strikeout unofficially for that line on Monday. Ball hit out to right field, and that's just in front of Young for the base hit, and that'll bring a run in.
And we still have runners at first and second.
Zand with the RBI single. Boulder Creek gets a run back in the bottom of the third inning. They now lead 5-2. Joyce is at second, Zand at first, and the batter is Cameron Brendel. First pitch bounced in, got a chance for the runner at third base. The throw, and not in time, according to the base umpire. So the wild pitch moves the runners up 90 feet, now 2 in scoring position for Brendel. He hit a fly ball out to Zach Gibbons for the first out of the second inning. Batting with a chance to change the score for the Jaguars. They lead 5-2. The pitch. And a fly ball out to right field. That's going to bounce in front of Young. The runner at third had the hold. Now he'll come in as Young gets the ball back in, but that runner at third base Joyce had to check to see if the ball was going to get caught or not. And once he saw it was down, he took off for the plate. So another run is in, and that makes it 6-2. Zan is at third, and Brendel at first with the RBI single, and the batter is Andrew Parrott. First pitch outside for a ball. Gonna throw to first base, and boy, it looked as though they had the runner at first. That's the second play that's been really close over there, one for each side. Throw to first again, and the runner back this time. Parrott reached on an error and scored in the second inning, and now he's batting here in the third. The 1-0 pitch. That's going to bounce and go over toward the Sabercat dugout on the third base side.
And that brings in one more for the Jaguars.
A wild pitch brings in Zant from third. It's now a 3-run inning. It's 7-2 Boulder Creek. So hit batter started the inning, a fly out, a single, now a couple of RBI singles, 2 wild pitches in the inning. That pitch is strike. Look back to second, the 2-1. That's over the outside corner, a strike. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know what they were.
And that pitch on the outside corner, and that's strike 3. Demers throws down to second with the runner back.
Coming to the plate, the leadoff.
The Parrott called out on strikes. That'll turn the order over for Boulder Creek as Johnny Pauling will bat. Pauling fouled out in the first, then had an RBI single in the second inning. Batting for the third time in 3 innings. That's always going to be a good sign. Boulder Creek's got the runs to back it up. They have scored 7 times in the first 3 innings of play. They've still got a runner at second with 2 outs in the top of the third. Alan Madsen's first one on the way, and it's low for ball 1.
I think I'm getting
7-2 Jaguars, time called.
It's completely welded and everything. I don't know. He's not bad.
That's all you asked for.
Yeah.
And Madsen steps off.
Well, it's actually like $70 and one of them. My friend got one that was $365.
The 1-0. And that's hit out to center field, and Gibbons on the run makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 more across for Boulder Creek, and after 3, they lead by a score of 7-2. Michael Benson begins the 4th inning for the Sabercats. And the first pitch swung on and missed. The 0-1. That's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Benson, Tingley, and Anderson for the SaberCats in the 4th. The 1-1. Yeah, that's a curveball over for a strike. It's 1-2. Blanford with the 1-2 pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. So Benson strikes out. First out of the inning. And the 5th strikeout for Blanford.
Second baseman number 1, Ben Tingley.
There's Ben Tingley, who grounded out to end the 2nd. Trying to get things started here for Saguaro in the 4th. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike.
Yeah, I get like stuff up there, like piece of popcorn.
Yeah, not anymore. I saw you and Chris last night. I want nothing to do.
Here's the line of the 0-1. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Boy, that is a called 3rd strike. That appears, and I mentioned this earlier, that appears to be off the plate. But the plate umpire calls it a strike, and that does it for Tingley. Another strikeout for Blanford, and he'll go after Austin Anderson.
Because I have a baseball game today at 6, and I hope I have all good laces. My friend on my team. Wait, Dad, what does that mean? All right, nobody heard.
First one to Anderson outside for ball 1.
Change up.
He throws a changeup.
Every pitch.
Yeah, every pitch, every throw. He just throws.
Oh, he just throws slow. Looks like a change.
It goes like this. It goes.
It's gonna be our secret weapon.
I mean, I just don't like
7-2 the score in the 4th. The 1-0.
knuckleball. It's like a
On the inside corner, a strike.
I have a really good changeup when I'm AAA. Yeah, you double.
The 1-1. Slow tapper left side, charging the 3rd baseman Real, and he won't be able to unload the throw. It'll be an infield single. Austin aboard at first base with his 2nd base hit of the day. And the batter is Zach Gibbons.
Center fielder number 3, Zach Gibbons.
Yeah, I don't really like them. They're hard to grip. And you can get the snap. Yeah.
What does that mean?
First pitch, a fastball, and that's ball 1.
It's a 4-minute wait.
Blanford, the right-hander, turns and throws to first, and Anderson dives back. SaberCats will finish up today here in Boulder Creek, and they'll be off until Thursday. I mentioned this earlier. They'll be down at Post and Butte as the runner goes. The breaking ball misses. The throw to second, not in time.
And the runner still second base.
So Anderson safe at second base. And now time called. Well, I guess they called, the plate umpire called that pitch a strike. So it is actually 1-1 to count on Gibbons. And breaking ball Over for a strike.
Have you played on Travel Team? You're on the Rattlers.
Learning, but just not earning.
1 and 2 the count on Gibbons. A runner at second and 2 away in the fourth. Sabercats trailing 7-2.
Are you guys in like the same grade or something? Same class?
It does, that's the thing. It's tough. I mean, that's what? And I've been working with the guy.
Fastball outside, and it's 2 and 2.
He's got 2 restaurants he wants to sell that one. So he can I've been going to
Check of the runner. Blanford's 2-2. And that's hit down the right field side, but foul.
Oh, yeah. 2001.
And the 2-2, that's popped up in foul territory and just out of the reach of the catcher, Real. This one hits up on the fence, and the count stays at 2 and 2. 2 strikeouts to start the inning. Austin Anderson, an infield single, and he has stolen second base, so he's out there at second with 2 away. 2 and 2 the count on Gibbons, and the Sabercats trailing Boulder Creek 7-2. Saguaro with a single run in the first and a single run in the third. Meanwhile, the Jaguars' crooked numbers: 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Real going through the signs, and now Gibbons calls time, and he steps out. Check back and a big lead at second. The 2-2 pitch, that's hit on the ground, and it's past the diving shortstop Zan into left field. And because Anderson took off on the play, he is able to get around third and in to score. It's an RBI single for Zach Gibbons. Anderson taps home plate, and the Sabercats trail 7-3. Chris Ackman at the plate. Gibbons going on the first pitch. And that ball's going to get through and into center field.
And the runner still second base.
Gibbons steals second. Jones, the first baseman, was in to talk to his pitcher very quickly, and now he's back over at first base.
It's like and I have like a slider, and then like it doesn't go like that. It'll like it from right in, like that.
Fastball, that's high.
I have my same arm throw speed. Yeah, me too. When it swirls out, mine's really good. Yeah, at the end of the ball.
Is Garrett pitching it all? Not yet. No.
Sometimes it's when it's hard to hit the ball.
He's out in the outfield.
Now the set from Blanford in the pitch. And it's off speed and inside.
Put your finger on the ball like that. Like grab it. That's really hard to hit.
Sabercats down 7-3. Got a runner in scoring position, looking for another 2-out base hit. The 2-1. Swung on and fouled off. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. And Ackman with a swing and a miss. He strikes out, and that ends the inning. 7 strikeouts now for Blanford. Sabercats get a run, and after 3.5, they trail Boulder Creek by a score of 7-3. Tony Blanford, the starting batter here in the 4th inning, as the Jaguars send up 2, 3, and 4, and Alan Madsen starts him off with a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Breaking ball looked pretty good there. Called a ball, and it's 1-1. The 1-1, a fly ball out to right field. And Young over a couple of steps, and he's got it for the first out.
Coming to the plate, third baseman, number 4, Alex Real.
Never mind.
Come on, Alex.
Alex Real. First pitch misses for a ball. Well, you know, early part of the season, you don't see a lot of information out there. The newspapers and things like that are doing what they can, and we'll start to see a lot more baseball write-ups over the next several weeks. But I thought I recognized or remembered Real, Alex, and David both. And some of you may already know this, but I'm just now putting it together here as that pitch is outside 2-0. But they are transfers from Pinnacle High School, I believe. And looking back, we saw Pinnacle last year in a game against Notre Dame Prep. And that pitch called a strike, and it's 2-1. But Alex, shortstop for Pinnacle. David was a designated hitter in that game that we saw. It was about this time a year ago. It was the end of the very first week of the season, and we're at the end of the second week here today. So they transfer from Pinnacle High School to Boulder Creek, and that's a big boost for the Jaguars as that pitch is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 4th inning, 7-3, Boulder Creek leads. And another one fouled off. This one stays right at the plate. Next pitch outside. 3-2 the count on Real. Cody Jones next for the Jaguars. And boy, that pitch called a third strike.
The batter's called out on strike.
And I guess you look for consistency from a plate umpire, and I mentioned it. I know I did a couple of times when Saguaro was at the plate on a pitch that appeared to be outside, and that one kind of the same situation. That appeared to be well off the plate, but a third strike is the call, and so Real goes back to the bench. He's the second out of the Jaguar 4th inning. And the first pitch to Cody Jones is low for ball 1. A fastball outside. 2-0 on Jones, who walked and scored in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. The 2-0 for Madsen. And that misses for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch over for a strike. 3-1 the count on Jones. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 3-2. Now Sabercats in need of a 1-2-3 inning, and Madsen and the Sabercats a strike away from completing that. Like to get 3 up, 3 down, and get right back into hit, but the pitch is going to miss outside, and it's ball 4. So Jones with a 2-out walk.
Coming to the plate, the catcher, number 24, David Real.
And the catcher, David Real. And a fly ball out to right field, and coming in Young, another ball dunks down in front of Young. I think that's about the third ball that is dropped in.
Second for the Jags, coming to the plate, the DH, number 16, Riley Joyce.
Fly out on a strikeout start of the inning, but ball 4 on a 3-2 pitch, and now a little bleeder into right field, and it's another scoring chance for the Jaguars with 2 on and 2 outs. The batter is Riley Joyce. And that ball over the head of Morris, that's going to get into left center field. Up with it, Anderson. The runner comes around third and will score. It's an RBI single, and that's 3 straight to reach base with 2 outs in the inning. And again, the Sabercats get a run in the 4th inning to cut it to 7-3. Boulder Creek gets it right back. It's now 8-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runners at first and second for Tanner Zant with 2 outs and a run in for the Jaguars. We'll look back to second in the first pitch, and it's foul ball. Madsen sets the 1-strike pitch. And that back up the middle, lined into center field. Gibbons will bobble the ball, and that'll allow the runner to come in uncontested to the plate. As Real's courtesy runner scores, Zant with an RBI single. And the batter is Cameron Brendel. And now you look at the situation. Not only does Boulder Creek equal Saguaro's output, but they have done them one better here in the 4th inning. It's now 9-3. Boulder Creek has scored in every inning so far. And whereas Saguaro has scored in 3 out of 4 innings, the Sabercats have put up just single runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And for Boulder Creek, it has been multiple runs in each inning. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. They've got 2 in the 4th, and they've still got 2 aboard with 2 outs. The set and the 1-0. And a swing and a miss. Look back to second, the 1-1 pitch. That's low, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Mom.
4 straight have reached for the Jaguars. Grounder foul. Two and 2 on Cameron Brendel, who got a fly ball out to center field in the 2nd. And then an RBI single in the 3rd, and another one foul. the set and the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But 3 more make it to 2 more across for the Jaguars, and after 4, they lead 9-3 over the SaberCats. Brandon Demers starts things off for the SaberCats in the 5th, and he'll face a new pitcher as Brandon fouls that one back to the screen. Garrett Grant takes over on the mound for Boulder Creek. Blanford went 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 3 hit batters. The SaberCats really probably had a chance to do a little more damage. Just looking for some more timely hitting as Demers flies out to Perrin and left, and there's 1 out for Kyle Young. But through the first 4 innings, Saguaro left 6 runners on base, including the bases loaded in the 3rd, although they loaded the bases after 2 were out. The first one to Young is bounced in there for ball 1. Top of the 5th inning, SaberCats down 9-3, and again, they're going to need to mount a big comeback here. Otherwise, in danger of going back to 500. A ground ball picked up by the first baseman Jones, tossed it to Grant covering, and there's 2 outs.
Coming to the plate for the SaberCats, their shortstop, number 6, Matt.
And again, the SaberCats could come back here and make it a ball game, maybe come back to take the lead and take one away from Boulder Creek. But the first 2 losses for the SaberCats, they lost both of them in the bottom of the 7th inning on the road. And this one, though, has been really all Boulder Creek. Morris fouls the first one back for strike 1. Morris popped out in the 1st inning, then was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and got an RBI in the 3rd. The 0-1. On the inside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and that's grounded foul.
Matty.
And the 0-2. That's spiked in there, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch outside and high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 5th inning. SaberCats down 9-3. And Grant steps off.
And the batter is here. And
that one is off of Morris. So Matt hit by the pitch on the 2-2, and he'll move to first base.
Third baseman, number 7, Andrew Valdez.
And here's Andrew Valdez. First pitch high, throw it down to first base, and Morris just gets back. We've got to like Saguaro's chances, kind of the way the schedule sets up. Starting next Thursday, on the road at Poston Butte. Saguaro probably has about a week's worth of winnable ball games, and more than just winnable, but games they really should kind of take care of their opponents, starting with that game at Poston Butte, the 2-0 pitch. Well, that's called a strike, 2-1. But on the 10th at Poston Butte on Saturday the 12th, a week from today, a doubleheader in Page. And then the Sabercats will start the Scottsdale Spring Training Invitational on Monday the 14th. Another one for a strike, and then again, several games in that Spring Training Invitational are going to be winnable ball games. Looking forward to the one on the 17th when Saguaro hosts Marcos Deniza.
There it is.
That pitch was called a strike, the one before a ball, although they appear to be in about the same spot, and it's that outside corner that has been the one that has been talked about the most here. And Valdez with a swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Sabercats get a 2-out base runner but cannot score, and after 4.5, Saguaro trails Boulder Creek by a score of 9-3. The pinch hitter for Boulder Creek to begin the bottom of the 5th inning as Andrew Parrott is called back, and Kyle Sipe will pinch hit. And Sipe takes the first pitch for strike 1. Bottom of the 5th inning from Boulder Creek High School. Jaguars leading the Sabercats 9-3. Madsen out there for another inning. I think that was called a ball. Plate umpire brought the arm up and then stopped himself. And a breaking ball hit on the ground to the right side. Tingley will pick it up and a throw to first base, and the leadoff hitter is retired.
Coming up for the Jags, number 7, Johnny Pauling.
Johnny Pauling to the plate, 1 for 3 today, and an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch at the knees for a strike. The 0-1. And a breaking ball, that's hit on the ground. Tingley with a backhand, and Ben up with the throw on the first. And that's in time, and there's 2 outs.
Coming to the plate, number 23, Tony Blanford.
Tony Blanford, 2 for 3 today, had a single and scored in the first, hit a solo home run in the second. Takes a strike on the outside corner to start his at-bat in the 5th inning. 9-3 Jaguars. Next pitch misses, and it's 1-1. Pitch on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2 on Blanford. The 1-2. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. And that one hit down the right field line. Young on the run, and he won't get to it as it drops for a base hit.
And Blanford finds himself at first base.
3rd hit of the ball game for Blanford, so he's done a little bit of everything with the 3 base hits and through the first 4 innings of the ball game for the Jaguars. And the batter is Alex Real. Real looking for his first base hit. He's popped out twice and has been called out on strikes. They're swinging on the first pitch, fouls it back to the backstop for strike one. Boulder Creek leading Saguaro 9-3. This is the bracket crossover game from the Scottsdale Quarterback Club Invitational. The 0-1. Hit on the ground to the third base side, but just foul. Madsen way ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes on Real. Madsen will throw it to first with the runner back way ahead of the throw. Blanford has a stolen base. So Madsen trying to keep him close. And he goes this time. The 0-2 is a fastball outside, and Demarest's throw to second is late. It's a stolen base for Blanford, his second of the day. The 1-2. Didn't miss by very much. Called a ball, and it's 2-2. Look back to second, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball high, and it's 3-2. And Madsen with the 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. And Madsen ready, another 3-2. Boy, that is a called third strike on a pitch that didn't appear to be too close to the strike zone. Boulder Creek fails to score for the first time in the ball game, but they still lead 9-3. John Demps pinch hitting and leads off, and a ground ball fielded by the second baseman, and on to first, and Demps grounds out to start the inning. That's a great play by Brendel, the second baseman.
Coming up to the plate, number 1, the second baseman, Ben Tingley.
Now Ben Tingley. New pitcher out there again for Boulder Creek as Johnny Pauling throws the 6th inning. First pitch outside for a ball. Garrett Grant through the 5th inning for the Jaguars. No runs, no hits. 1 hit batter, 1 strikeout. The 1-0. Misses for a ball, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. That's hit up the middle. Behind the bag, picked up, and on to first in time.
And Tanner Zan takes that one for the out.
6-3 ground out as Tanner Zant went a long way to get to that ball, covering some ground out there and got it behind the second base bag. Back to the top of the SaberCat order for Austin Anderson. Austin with a couple of base hits today, including an infield single his last time up. And he takes a breaking ball for strike 1. The 1 to the 0-1. This is outside. 1-1 on Austin Anderson. Zach Gibbons would be next if Anderson can extend the 6th inning for Saguaro. He bats with the bases empty and 2 outs. The 1-1. And that's low. 2 balls and a strike. The 1 and the 2-1. And that's hit out to left field. Parrott coming in and makes the catch to retire the side. Sabercats don't score in the 6th. Trailed 9-3. Cody Jones first to bat in the 6th inning for Boulder Creek. And actually it's, beg your pardon, a pinch hitter, Omar Ramirez, going after the first pitch. A ground ball to short. Morris on to first base in time.
And the batter is out at first.
And there's one
Coming
away.
to the plate, number 13, Garrett Osterode.
So Ramirez, a pinch hitter, grounds out. Daniel Ackman, the new pitcher for the Sabercats. And another pinch hitter, Garrett Osterode, will bat. And Osterode bounces one up the middle, and that's going to squirt through into center field.
And Garrett finds a hole up the middle and finds himself at first. Coming to the plate, number 16, the DH, Riley Joyce.
One out base hit, and now the batter is Riley Joyce. New first baseman in the ballgame for Saguaro is Travis Steinheiser. Comes in defensively. First pitch to Joyce at the knees for a strike. 9-3 Jaguars, bottom of the 6th. The 0-1. Pitch inside. Ball and a strike. Sean Edmonds has taken over behind the plate for Saguaro as well. And there's a chopper over to the left side. Picked up at the throw to first base, and that is in time.
And the out is at first, but advances the runner. Coming to the plate, number 10.
Osterode to second
Tanner Zant.
on the ground out, and now the batter is Tanner Zant. Joyce out for the first time, by the way. He was 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs prior to that ground out. And a fastball over for a strike. Tanner Zant 2 for 3. He's got 2 RBI. Bottom part of the order getting it done. 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters responsible for a lot of the RBIs. Pitch for a strike. The 5, 6, and 7 spots, though, combined for 8 base hits. That pitch outside, the throw going to go to third and overthrown, and that's going to bring in another run. Osterode will advance to third on the wild pitch. And then the overthrow from Edmonds brings in the run. So another run across for the Jaguars. They have scored in every inning now but the 5th. They lead 10-3. As that pitch misses outside, and it's maybe low as well. 2-2 the count on Tanner Zant. 2 outs and the base is empty. And a ground ball. Backhanded and picked up there. Nice play again by Ben Tingley, and the throw to first base will end the 6th inning. Boulder Creek scores another one in the 6th, and we head to the 7th inning. Saguaro trails 10-3. Zach Gibbons, the leadoff hitter for the Sabercats. And he takes strike one. Another new pitcher in there for Boulder Creek as Alex Real is asked to pitch the 7th inning. Johnny Halling had a 3-out, 3-down 6th. Fastball just misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1. And that's hit well out to right field. And over the head of the right fielder. And Gibbons will pull into second base. A leadoff double in the 7th inning for the Sabercats. And the batter is Chris Ackman. (10-3) Boulder Creek. Ackman fouls the first one out of play. Sabercats off until Thursday when they will be at Poston Butte. Then 1 week from today, they'll make the long trip to the Arizona-Utah border and face the Page Sand Devils for a doubleheader. There's a breaking ball over for a strike. 0-2 on Chris Ackman. Chris had a RBI ground out all the way back in the first inning, 0 for 3 on the day. Real steps off. The 2-strike pitch. Boy, that got in on the hands, and Chris just able to pull the hands in there to avoid being hit by the pitch. Runner at second base and nobody out in the 7th, but the Sabercats in trouble, down 10-3. A ground ball to the right side, and that's through and into right field for a base hit. Ackman will stop at first base as the throw comes to the plate, and safe at the plate Gibbons. An RBI single for Chris Ackman makes it 10-4.
To the plate is the catcher, number 18, Brandon Demarest.
Brandon Demarest re-enters the lineup, and he'll bat here in the 7th inning. Brandon 0 for 2 plus a walk today. And he hits a chopper over to third. Grab there, they'll go to second base. And out at second.
Base runner is out at second base.
So a 5-4 force of Chris Ackman at second is the first down. Demarest aboard on the fielder's choice. And the batter is Kyle Young. And Young not able to really pull the trigger there. Kind of half started the swing. And it's strike one. Runner at first base and one away. A run in for the Sabercats in the 7th, but they're still down 10-4. Real trying to wrap it up for the Jaguars in the 7th, the 0-1. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The set of the 2-strike pitch. That's bounced in for a ball. It'll go to the backstop, and Demarest will make his way around second base.
Second base.
Mom said that.
Wow.
I wish I was 14. Yeah, 14. Thanks, Mom.
The 1-2. And that's a swing and a miss. Young strikes out. It's the second out of the 7th inning. And the batter is Matt Morris.
Matt Morris.
No, you're fine.
Oh, they don't play seven?
Oh, Saguaro. Mom, are they playing 7? Isn't that cute, Mom? The brother. That's a Hallmark moment. Yeah, is that what I meant to say? Hallmark Kodak. Hallmark card.
And Morris waiting for the first pitch.
Nice.
And that's on the inside corner for a strike.
April 3rd or whatever. There ain't no turn yet. It was 34 degrees.
And Real steps off.
The wind was I said, are you kidding me? Come on out.
What's wrong with that boy?
Now the 0-1. And that's fouled back out of play. And it's 0-2. Sabercats down to their final out and now their final strike. The 0-2. Runner takes off. Ball hit on the ground, but foul. Another 0-2 and another foul ball. This one right on it. Morris was as he fouled it straight back to the screen. Well, if Morris can keep the inning alive, Andrew Valdez will bat next for the Sabercats. And a ground ball, that's knocked down by the third baseman, but no play. And an infield base hit as Demers goes to third. Morris aboard at first base with his first base hit of the day. And it does bring up Andrew Valdez.
Nice.
And a breaking ball over for a strike. Sabercats trail 10-4. They've got a couple of base runners on, but 2 outs in the 7th inning. The 0-1, instead of step to third, a look over to first base. And next pitch up and in, nearly got Valdez, and it's 1-1.
Go ahead, come on out. Go, Alex.
1-1 on Valdez. Boulder Creek trying to wrap this one up here in the 7th. Pitch high, throw it to first base, close over there, but again the runner is back. David Real not afraid to throw the ball from behind the plate there. We've seen him throw it around a couple of times. 2-1 on Valdez with runners at first and third. Real sets and the pitch. And that one hit out to right field. And that's caught out in right field, and that will end the inning and the ball game. SaberCats get a run on 3 hits in the 7th inning, but fall to Boulder Creek by a final score of 10-4. Saguaro 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 8 left. Boulder Creek 10 runs on 13 base hits, no errors, 7 runners left on. The SaberCats fall to 3-3 on the season. And we'll be back in action on Thursday when they travel to Santan Valley to take on the Poston Butte Broncos. So that will do it. Again, our final score, it's Boulder Creek 10 and Saguaro 4 from Boulder Creek High School and Anthem. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we will talk to you on Thursday.
We hope you are.